Guru Gobind Singh, you sacrificed everything. Guru Gobind Singh, you sacrificed everything.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਹਰਚਰਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੈਗਾ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਹਿਊਸਟਨ ਟੈਕਸਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਥੇ ਲੰਡਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 2018 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਦਾ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਹ ਵਾਕਈ ਬੜਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 30 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲੇ, ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਕਨਸੀਵ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਪਰਾਲੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਮੇਰਾ ਭਾਵ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸ਼ਮਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਸੀਗੇ। ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਨਰੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਬਜੈਕਟਿਵ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਈਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਨਾਲ, ਸਿੱਖ ਕਲਚਰ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ। ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਯਤਨ ਕੀਤਾ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਯਾਦ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਬਣ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਈਡ ਫੈਲਾਉਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਬਜੈਕਟਿਵ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ they are going all over the world, and they need to be somehow involved in disseminating this message to all of them. ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਸੀਗਾ। ਉਸੇ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਹੋਇਆ। ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਲਚਰਲ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਰਿਚਮੰਡ ਹਿੱਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ 19 ਕਿਡਸ ਐਨਰੋਲ ਹੋਏ ਸਪੀਚ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਆਬਜੈਕਟਿਵ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਅਤੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਨਾਲ, ਸਿੱਖ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ 19 ਬੱਚੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ, ਇਟ ਵਾਜ਼ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਵਰਥ ਵਾਚਿੰਗ ਇਟ, ਵੈਰੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਐਨਕਰੇਜਿੰਗ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ। ਤੋ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਮੱਦੇਨਜ਼ਰ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸ਼ਮਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਲੈਟਸ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਗੋ ਐਂਡ ਅਪਰੋਚ ਦੀ ਟਰਾਈ ਸਟੇਟ ਏਰੀਆਜ਼ ਲਾਈਕ ਨਿਊ ਜਰਸੀ, ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ, ਕਨੈਟੀਕਟ, ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਤਵੰਤੇ ਸੱਜਣ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਔਰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ। ਫੋਰਚੂਨੇਟਲੀ ਇਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਵਾਲੰਟੀਅਰਸ ਮਿਲ ਗਏ। ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ, ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਟੋਟਲੀ ਵਾਲੰਟੀਅਰਸ ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ। 30 ਸਾਲ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟਡ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਨਾਲ। ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਇੰਜੀਨੀਅਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਡਾਕਟਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਔਰ ਇੱਕੋ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੋਰਲ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਇਨਕਲਕੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵਿਟੀ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੰਗਾ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕੀਏ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣਾ ਉਹ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਵੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ। ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਐਕਸਪੈਂਡ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਹੋਈ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਤੋਂ, ਗਈ ਵਾਸ਼ਿੰਗਟਨ DC ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਮੈਂ ਨਾਰਥ ਕੈਰੋਲਾਈਨਾ 'ਚ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਨਾਰਥ ਕੈਰੋਲਾਈਨਾ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ, ਨਾਰਥ ਕੈਰੋਲਾਈਨਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਵੱਧਦੀ ਗਈ ਔਰ ਅੱਜ ਇਹ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ 50 ਸਟੇਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 19 ਜ਼ੋਨ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਏਬਲ ਟੂ outreach every child wherever they want to be, wherever the Sikh Gurdwaras are, whether it is in East Coast or in West Coast or in South, wherever these Gurdwaras are, the Sikh children are involved with this process. And this is a very integrated organizational structure which has expanded in a very rational manner. So 2000, this was only speech competition. In 2007 they started a new project known as Gurbani Keertan. ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 31 ਰਾਗ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। 31 ਰਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੇਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ 2007 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਰਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਹੈਗਾ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ 31 ਰਾਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਲੇਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਰਾਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਓਰੀਜਨਲ ਫਾਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੇ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ। ਔਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ 2007 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 2017 ਤੱਕ these 31 rags were completed, consistent with the prescribed book issued by these SGPC, Sikh Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee. So those 31 rags have been sung by the children and they have been captured, okay, in the form of videos and all that kind of stuff, And fortunately, this whole movement is spreading in a very positive manner. You can see over here all these children, okay, small children. This situation occurs every year, okay. Small kids come over here. These are just not kids participating. These are the finalists. These are the finalists in the speech competition as also in Gurbani Keertan. So this particular event, kind of sums up what kind of events you are going to see over here. This event is going to take place from tomorrow onwards up to 30th of July, okay, and you'll be able to capture many things over here which actually speak for themselves what this organization has been about. All I can say is this is really a very pure initiative started by a very pure soul by Sardar Shamsher Singh Ji, and this has really reached to a culmination point. I'm really grateful to these organizations who are capturing this video, but this is only for information and documenting it so that this is viewed in a positive perspective. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਕੌਰ ਹੈਗਾ, ਮੈਂ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਤੋਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਬੋਰਡ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਹੈਗੀ ਹਾਂ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹੈਗਾ, ਅਸੀਂ 3 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸ਼ਮਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀ, ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੇ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਇਤਨਾ ਵਧਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 25 ਜ਼ੋਨ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ 'ਚ ਸਪੀਚ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਵਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 4 ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦੇ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਲੰਡਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਐਂਡ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ 25 ਜ਼ੋਨ ਤੋਂ ਕਮ ਸੇ ਕਮ 102 ਬੱਚੇ ਸਪੀਚ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਮ ਸੇ ਕਮ 25 ਜਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਪੀਚ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਐਸੇ ਟਾਈਪ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰਪੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਉਹ ਆ ਕੇ ਪ੍ਰਪੇਅਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਆ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਸਪੀਚ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਹਰ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਇਸੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 22ਵਾਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਹਰ ਵਾਰੀ ਅਸੀਂ 3 ਰਾਗ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਤੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ 3 ਰਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 3 ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਵਾਈਡ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸ਼ਮਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਫੁੱਲ ਫੈਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਅਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਹੀ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਲੰਡਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ 450-500 ਬੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਪੂਰਾ ਦਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਫੈਮਲੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਡ ਹੈਗਾ। ਅਤੇ ਦੈਟਸ ਆਲ ਆਈ ਵਿਲ ਸੇ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ, ਐਂਡ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੈਸਟ ਵਿਸ਼ਿਸ ਕਹਾਂਗੀ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਾਂਗੀ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਛਾ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਸਕਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Nikinder Kaur. I got involved in the Hemkunt Foundation about 15 years ago when I was a parent, taking my children to take part in competition, mother of 3 daughters. They started off in Group 1 all the way to Group 5. We had a lot of great opportunities to travel to the USA. And then our founder member, Uncle Shamsher Singh Ji, asked me, you're at every event and we'd like you to take on some initiative in the UK. So from one zone, we moved on to 7 zones today that are taking part, and I'll lead the European region. Massive work. This is the 3rd time we are holding the international competition. Our registrations are going up. The children are very enthusiastic. We've arranged this year's competition over 5 days, and this is again unique. And I would say the main reason I'm doing it is just to pay back to the community what my children learned from it. And they are now fully fledged in their careers, from young girls at school. They are professionals and they are barristers. And one of the great things they earned from it is not only about Sikhi, public speaking, confidence, networking, and they still keep in touch with the children they met when they were about 6-7 years old. So I'll encourage everyone to take part in this competition, to come join us, Sevadars, to come and, give the best to it. So far, 20 plus years, I've seen nothing that is negative, nothing that is damaging. We've got more and more children taking part, more and more people coming and working with us, and this is a fantastic seva. Besides being a professional and working Monday to Friday, sometimes weekends, I still spend my time organizing the meetings, organizing the events, and gives me even more satisfaction than my full-time job. So I would say stay Chardi Kala and please join the Hemkunt Foundation and give your children this fantastic opportunity. You've got nothing to lose. Give your time to your children, and this is the platform for them. These are our diplomats. They are going to lead the world. They are going to be the ambassadors when they get out in their careers, in their professions, and speak about Sikhi, raise the awareness, and make us proud of their achievements as well. So I hope we'll be seeing more of you coming around with us. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hemkunt Foundation ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ back in 1990 ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸ਼ਮਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਿਲੇ ਸਨ ਮੈਨੂੰ, told me to join the foundation on one condition. I said we ਕਰਕੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਦਾ ਪੰਜੋ ਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ. So he readily agreed, and ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਜ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ 1991 ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ 2018. ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਦਾ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿਮਕੁੰਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਸਾਂ ਤੇ ਐਟ ਅ ਟਾਈਮ ਬੱਚੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਪੰਜੋ ਬਾਣੀਆਂ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਈ ਬੱਚੇ ਪੰਜਵਾਨੀ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਗਏ ਸਨ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖੇ ਸਨ ਐਂਡ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਸਪੀਚਸ ਦੇਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਪੂਰੀ ਸਭਿਅਤਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਹਿਸਟੋਰਿਕ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਅੱਜ ਉਹ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ 50 ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਅੱਜ 500 ਬੱਚਾ ਐਟ ਅ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਪੀਚਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਤੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ ਅੱਜ 7 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਰਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਬੱਚੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਇਤਨੀ ਗਰੋਥ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਹਾਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਰਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਪੁਰਾਤਨ ਸਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪੜ੍ਹਨੇ ਰਾਗਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਔਰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੇ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਆਇਆ ਔਰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ 20-25 ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਐਟ ਅ ਟਾਈਮ 5000 ਬੱਚੇ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਐਵਰੀ ਈਅਰ ਅਤੇ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਹਿਮਕੁੰਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਸ਼ਮਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਅੱਜ ਇਤਨਾ ਵੱਧ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਰੇ ਹੋਰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਵੇ ਤੋ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੇ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿ ਬੱਚੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਉਣ ਅਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੜ੍ਹੀਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਰਹੀਏ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
सतनाम ਕਹਿ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਹਿ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਡਾ ਟੇਕ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਲੈ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਹਿ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਹਿ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਹੈ ਬਈ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣ ਗਏ ਸੰਤ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਉਹ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਾ ਲੈ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਡੇਰੇ ਉਹ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਹੈ ਬਈ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣ ਗਏ ਸੰਤ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਉਹ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਾ ਲੈ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਡੇਰੇ ਉਹ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਲੱਗ ਕੇ ਸਾਧ ਪਖੰਡੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਬੋਲ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਹਿ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਹਿ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਏਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਸਬਕ ਪੜਾਇਆ ਉਹ ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਵੰਡ ਛਕੋ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੋ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਏਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਸਬਕ ਪੜਾਇਆ ਉਹ ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਵੰਡ ਛਕੋ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੋ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਹੱਕ ਪਰਾਇਆ ਮਾਰ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਪਾਪਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਪੈ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਹਿ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਹਿ ਓ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿ ਕਾਦਰ ਦੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਲਵੇਂ ਅਣਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ ਖਾਲੀ ਹੱਥੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਸਿਕੰਦਰ ਖਾਲੀ ਹੱਥੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਉਹ ਕਾਦਰ ਦੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਲਵੇਂ ਅਣਜਾਣਾ
Who's probably one of the leading experts, if you like, in Sikh history and heritage in this country. He's been doing a lot of work for probably about 30 years, 40 years, if not more.
Excuse me, could you be louder?
Okay, I'll try and speak a little bit louder. Harbinder's been doing a lot of work. He's probably the sort of hardest working of our people here, who's been highlighting Sikh history and heritage in this country. And I've known Harbinder for how many? Probably 20 years, something like that. And he'll tell you more about what he's been doing on banquet night. You know, he's been involved in a huge number of projects in this country, very high profile projects as well. So we're lucky to have somebody like that here. But just looking at today's program, we're at Osborne House, which is the which was the summer house of Queen Victoria, and Maharaja Dalip Singh stayed here for a while as well. I'm not going to say too much because Ravinder will probably be the better person to say a few things, and I'll chip in as well whenever. Yeah. So I'll hand over to Ravinder.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. My admiration goes out to all of the team who've managed to persevere and get everybody here, and hopefully get you back as well. And also a particular admiration for those of you who've come a huge amount of distance to be here. Amarpal has a habit of exaggeration. I'm by no means a historian. I totally have to correct that. I'm like a lot of you. I'm somebody who has a passion about learning more about their history, and particularly within the UK. That is important because nowhere else, if there is any location outside of India where so much Sikh heritage is gathered in one geography, then it is in the UK. And as those of you know, what is history? I mean, a lot of people have struggled to define history, but the easiest definition, history is when people, time and places come together. It is the confluence of those three factors that creates history. And that is what happened in 1801 when Maharaja Ranjit Singh comes to the Sikh throne. And at that time, he has forged the Sikhs into one of the most powerful regional kingdoms in the whole of Asia. But good times don't last, they never last, and by 1839 when he dies, Maharaja Dalip Singh, who this location is about, is 9 months old. Now, I don't know whether if any of you noticed on the ferries on the way over, the English Heritage banner said, "This is where Queen Victoria raised her family and ruled an empire." So this is, as Amarpal has said, this is her favourite residence, and this is where in 1854 Maharaja Dalip Singh comes to visit her. His first visit and first meeting with Queen Victoria takes place at Buckingham Palace a few days after he arrives in England. He's born in 1839, this is 1854, you can do the maths, he's 15 years old. Somebody who has been separated from his family, from his mother, from his people, from his palaces, from his kingdom, and is brought to England under a deliberate policy of destabilizing the Sikhs. They had realized very early on, even during the life of Ranjit Singh, that the only way the Sikhs and their influence could be diminished was to destabilize them politically and spiritually. So the history of Dalip Singh is actually the history of the Sikh nation from 1839 onwards. I would say 1947 and beyond, because everything that happened to Dalip Singh happened because he was a Sikh. And it happened to him because the British had this fear of the Sikhs as a political, socially responsible, political conscience, and of their military prowess. So the irony of Dalip Singh's life is that whilst he was living in these wonderful palaces, and you'll see it now, he was actually a prisoner. He was a prisoner in golden chains. That's how he has been described. You'll see in the particular relevance of Osborne House to the Sikhs is threefold. One is this is where Dalip Singh had his earliest interactions with Queen Victoria. This is actually where that bond of affection formed. And despite the government being anti-Sikh and anti-Dalip Singh, eventually Queen Victoria did, for her part, try to protect him as much as she could. But the power of the government and of Parliament was much greater than that of Queen Victoria. But this is where Queen Victoria sketches him in her own, with her own hand. There's a watercolor in there where she painted him. There's a picture of him here where she then comments, "I do feel for these deposed princes," because she's showing some empathy and sympathy towards him. And it's because of this bond of affection that they form here that she commissions that her favorite portrait painter, Winterhalter, who paints that picture of Dalip Singh in 1854 at Buckingham Palace. And fortunately for you, that picture is actually hanging here. It's the signature painting by which Dalip Singh is recognized. But if you look carefully, what the artist has done, set out of sentimentality, is at the back he has given the background of Lahore. You can see the citadel and the fort of Lahore. That is maybe a subconscious tribute to Dalip and his links with Punjab. So this is where that relationship with Dalip Singh is formed. This is where he spends his time. Queen Victoria, although she was Empress of India, never went to India, and it has been written that the empire came to her, India came to her, her servants came here. We've heard of her Munshi Abdul Karim, but actually a huge number of Sikhs also came here, and you'll see their portraits. And virtually all of the Sikhs that came here were from the military. They were commissioned as Queen's orderly officers, so they came as people who had been decorated for gallantry, and they were specifically chosen to act as orderlies to Her Majesty. And in fact, in the final portrait of Queen Victoria, when she's on her deathbed, because this is also where she died, after her husband Albert passed away, she spent a lot of time here. She always wore black for the last 20 odd years of her life or more, and the room in which she died is here. But if you look, I don't have it here, but if you look, if you do the research and find the final portrait of Queen Victoria on her deathbed, there are 3 Indian cavalry orderlies, and 2 of those are Sikhs, I think from Hodson's Horse. The third connection with the Sikhs is Bhai Ram Singh, and not a lot of people have heard of Bhai Ram Singh. He was from Lahore. He was a Ramgarhia Sikh, but he was a student of a very famous British architect called Lockwood Kipling. So Lockwood Kipling designed Khalsa College, Amritsar. So that was his status. And Bhai Ram Singh was brought here by Queen Victoria to design the Darbaar room, and you'll see that at the end of your tour. The Darbaar room is been designed on the pattern of an Indian palace, the same as the Darbaar room that would have been in Lahore and in other places. And it is in that room that you'll see all the objects that were given to the Queen and her son, King George V, from the princes of India, including the princes of Punjab. So I'm not going to say too much other than, this is not only an important day out, it's a fun day out. You're at one of the most stunning locations in the UK, but it's important to remember that this is also central to understanding the life of Dalip Singh and what happened to Dalip Singh. Dalip Singh, as I've said, is more than an individual. He represents the spirit of the Khalsa Raj and the decline of the Khalsa Raj. And I think it's important that especially you youngsters must remember, this is the nation of warriors and rulers, and it's our duty to keep that history alive. And I salute those of you who have come all the way from the United States, because I know people who live only 50 miles away who've never been here in their lifetime. So I'll say, I think that's enough for now. Yeah. I'll be here later if there's any questions.
Well, just to add that this was actually built, I think 1848, when the British were actually taking over the Punjab. So they annexed it in 1849. So when Dalip Singh came here, this was a pretty new place, recently built. And I'm sure the gardens and things were still being, constructed. The other thing is that there's a number of things to see here, isn't there? There's the house, and there's the gardens, which I think they've won quite a few awards, haven't they? So really stunning gardens. So you should see the house, but you also want to see the gardens here as well. So really, really great stuff. And then there's a Swiss cottage, isn't there, where Queen Victoria's children used to play, and they used to learn quite a few things, didn't they? So there's that to see. But I think probably one of the best places is the beach. That's Queen Victoria's own beach.
Private beach.
That was a private beach. And you can actually see there's a Queen Victoria's bathing machine, which she used to use. I don't know if it's still here, but she used to use that for privacy, for actually bathing in the ocean. So that was her own, very private beach, and a lot of dignitaries and Other royalty, from Europe used to come there. In fact, they used to go straight to the beach. They used to land on the beach before going to Osborne House. So that's a very popular location. So if you can look at the house first and then the gardens, and then later on the beach, then hopefully we can all get there on the beach at the same time. And I think it'll be more fun if we're all there at the same time.
ਵਾਹੋ 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 ਪਾਣੀ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਤਿਸ ਜੇ ਵਡਿਆਵਰ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ 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 ਵਾਹੋ 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 ਪਾਣੀ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਤਿਸ ਜੇ ਵਡਿਆਵਰ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ 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 ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਅਗਮ ਅਥਾਹ ਹੈ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਸੱਚਾ ਸੋਏ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਅਗਮ ਅਥਾਹ ਹੈ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਸੱਚਾ ਸੋਏ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਵੇ ਪਰਵਾਹ ਹੈ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਕਰੇ ਸੋਏ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਵੇ ਪਰਵਾਹ ਹੈ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਕਰੇ ਸੋਏ 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 ਵਾਹੋ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹੋ 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 ਪਾਣੀ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਤਿਸ ਜੇ ਵਡਿਆਵਰ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ 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 ਵਾਹ ਵਾਹ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪਾਵੈ ਕੋਏ ਵਾਹ ਵਾਹ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ
Was so this is He was not here on holiday. This was not his choice. In fact, when he rebels against Queen Victoria, he says, "Your Majesty, I'm grateful for your hospitality, but I am and must remain a Sikh." And in the last days of his life, when he's in Paris, when he's reconverted to Sikhism, when he has been arrested, when he has been prevented from going back to India and Punjab, he does two remarkable things. He creates his own letterhead in the Grand Hotel in Paris, on the Rue de la Tremouille, and that letterhead says, "Sarkar-e Khalsa, Government in Exile." That is not the sign of a Christian. And the other thing he does, when he is absolutely penniless, he has nothing to his name, all of his jewels have been auctioned off and sold, he sends money back to Darbaar Sahib and Nanded Sahib Abchal Nagar for Qada Prashad. Again, those are not the signs of a Christian. But he was brought to this country deliberately. No other Maharaja or Prince from India, from Gwalior, from Bangalore, from Meerut, or any of the provincial states was converted to Christianity and prevented from going back to India. Why did it only happen to the Sikhs? It happened to the Sikhs because as way back as 1837, whilst Maharaja Ranjit Singh was alive, the British had come to the conclusion that if they really wanted to say that they ruled all of India, then the one kingdom that they had to defeat was the Sikh kingdom. So, and the way that the Sikh kingdom was defeated was out of treachery, conspiracy, bribery, every plot that the best story writers in Hollywood could come up with combines in the life of Dalip Singh. So he arrives in England in 1854. He meets Queen Victoria at Buckingham Palace within 2 days of arrival. He spends his first night at Claridge's Hotel. Second night is spent at Buckingham Palace. But then shortly after that, he comes and spends a good period of time with Queen Victoria. This was one of the favorite palaces of Queen Victoria. As Amarpal said, it had been constructed in about 1848, which was just at the time of the Anglo-Sikh Wars. And this is where you see, if you strip away the title of Maharaja and Queen Victoria, this is where you see some human element to the story. Queen Victoria, and you've seen the portrait, she has painted him herself. She starts to form a bond of affection with him, motherly affection. She writes in her diary that I really feel sympathy for these deposed princes. And she takes him under her wing. That is why all of his children, despite the fact that they were the children of Dalip Singh, they were all actually baptized in Windsor Castle at St. George's Cathedral, at the chapel, and why Queen Victoria was godmother to all of his children. That's why they have names like Frederick, Victor, Albert, Jay, Catherine, because she actually took to great affection with him, because despite what the government thought, she as a mother, she as a woman, knew that this was wrong. But ultimately, the will of the East India Company and the British government was stronger than that of Queen Victoria. And they had set out, even before Dalip Singh came to England, the policy of the East India Company was this: to destroy the Sikh nation. They say in their minutes of Lord Dalhousie says, after the Anglo-Sikh Wars of 1849, he says, the task before me is the prostration of the Sikh nation. Prostration means latar dena, make them lie down in front of me, and the destruction of its creed. This is genocide. And the reason they're trying to do that is because it is there. They do not consider themselves to be masters of India until the conquest of Punjab. And that happens as a result of bringing Dalip Singh to this country. But as you know, ultimately Dalip Singh rebels. He goes back, tries to go back to India. He is arrested. the British intelligence telegram of that date says that he has taken the Pahul. So there is no debate, there is no dispute about the fact that at the time of his death he was a Sikh. So it's a long story, I'm not going to take too much time. We're going to be seeing you again on Saturday, but I finish with the same words that Dalip Singh is a character, is a tragic character that we must reclaim, we must take him into our hearts, we must be proud of the fact that he was the last ruler of the Sikhs, and we must revel in that glory, that was the golden time of the Sikh Raj, and we must also take pride in the fact that even as a small nation, as less than 2% of the Indian population, we were the one community that the British feared and then ultimately respected all the way up to 1947. Thank you very much.
I hope just in that short time you can see the depth of knowledge VG has got, always sharing with us, and at the same time I must say we've been fortunate to have the Seva of VG with us every year, every summer. We had a trip to Paris for 2 days when we visited the hotel where Maharaja Dalip Singh stayed, and we also had with us the author Christy Campbell, who's written the book Maharaja's Box. So if you haven't read it, great book, but to be amongst the literates and to learn it and to hear it firsthand, I think we have been very, very fortunate here. And again, as Viji says, he'll be with us on Saturday night at the Clay Oven, where there is going to be more from the history point of view. We've got some live productions that Viji is bringing to us on the stage, and again sharing with us, similar to what we had in 2010, but not exactly the same. Just to carry on this theme, tomorrow night on Thursday, we are going to be showing the Black Prince movie, which goes very much, I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't seen it, here's your opportunity. So we're going to show it after the dinner, because I know the children will be very excited. They want to go and practice their speeches and have an early night, because on Friday is the main thing of the speech competition. But we are taking advantage. You've come here all the way. You've heard about why we are here, what happened here. So we will continue to show the Black Prince movie. We're not looking at the actors. We're not looking at how well somebody acted or didn't act, but what was the message in that movie? Because that message is very critical for our children, for our next generations. We may know about it, but if we don't tell our children, if we don't show them these places, but we just go to the beach and just say, let's go away, then we're missing a big part of our history, of our culture. So that has always been the intention with which I have been continuing to do the little seva that I can, that we continue, especially in Britain. We have got so many places that, beyond the great-grandchildren will be looking and saying, oh my God, the Sikhs did this, my great-grandparents did this, my great-great-grandparents contributed to the Sikh kingdom like this, or what we did for the British. We will never stop saying. But our kids will only say it if we tell them, if we show them. The last time we were here about 2 years ago, there were some small children. When we told them, they said, are you sure Maharaja Dalip Singh was actually here in these corridors? He was allowed. He was allowed, because so far the brainwashing is we're out of bounds. We're not allowed in here. So, let the children be inspired by that too. So the beach that we are going to is the private beach of Queen Victoria. We did have a little debate whether we should be at the public beach or the private beach. We've chosen to be at the private beach, again special permission, for our group to be able to visit that. To bring a group of this size, I can tell you the organizers here were a bit surprised. Like, oh my God, how many are coming? Oh my God, how many are coming? I said, we are coming. And the number you've heard is the number that's coming, and could be more. So, chaddi kala ch rehna chahiye aur hamesha khas karke apne bachyan vaste, make the time, make the effort. So I appreciate all the parents who joined us in coming here. So we're going to go to the beach, have a good time there, and then, we will continue our journey back.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਗਿਨੀ ਕੌਰ ਹੈਗਾ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਲੰਡਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹੇਮਕੁੰਟ ਸਿੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਪੰਥਿਕ ਡਿਜੀਟਲ ਵੌਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਬੱਚੇ PDV ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੈ। This is a collaborative program between the Sikhlands and Hemkunt Foundation, started 4 years back. And this is the first year when it has gone into competition, where the kids are learning how to make movies on our Sikh ethos. The mission of the program is कि साढ़े बच्चे मीडिया savvy होके अपनी community दे आप storytellers बनन, which we are very short in media, especially in UK and USA. We are really short of the kids and the community which can represent us in the social media. So ਉਹਦੀ training जितनी छोटी उम्र तो होए उतना ही benefit होएगा. So इसीलिए ये program दोनों foundations ने ਇਸ ਦਾ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਐਂਡ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਛੋਟੀਆਂ ਮੂਵੀਜ਼ ਬਣਦੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਔਨ 4 ਏਜ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਐਂਡ ਟੌਪਿਕਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ, ਮਾਈ ਸਿੱਖ ਰੋਲ ਮਾਡਲ, ਹੂ ਐਮ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਅ ਸਿੱਖ, ਸੇਵਾ, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਔਰ ਬੱਚੇ ਆਰ ਵੈਰੀ ਐਂਥੂਜ਼ੀਆਸਟਿਕ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਦਿਸ ਐਂਡ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਟੂ both the foundations, Shri Hemkunt Foundation and Sikh Lens Foundation for starting this initiation for the little kids in form of Panthic Digital Voice Program PDV, and thank you so much, and thank you London for doing so much for our kids. Thank you.
Khalsa, Vaigiki Fateh. My name is Mohan Singh Oberoi. I've come from United States, Los Angeles to London. The kids have been looking forward to coming to London as a true international city, and they are enjoying it very much. At this point, the people here, the Sevadars, are extremely helpful and enjoying every bit of all the attractions here. Thank you so much for hosting it. Thank you. Vaigiki Khalsa, Vaigiki Fateh.
My name is Amar Chawla.
My name is Sahaj Kaur Chawla.
We have come from Orange County, California, and I'm here for a PDV, Panthic Digital Voice participant, and then she's for...
I'm here for Keertan participant.
We came here yesterday, and it was a great experience to how they picked us up from the airport. It was very friendly, and it was like a huge family. And then today, it's like a very nice atmosphere. I liked how we went to the Osborne Palace, where we learned about Maharaja Dalip Singh, and how we toured the whole place. And I love that private nursery, the private beach, and such.
I loved whatever we visited so far, the private beach, Osborne House, and also I just felt like coming from California to the UK, I just felt like we were coming to our second home, just the way like we were treated, and even in the bus like they just kept serving us food, and it felt like very like just like it's like our home, like we've just come. They were just like so caring and so nice. I loved the overall experience and atmosphere. And like we've been coming to international for so long. Actually the first time we came to international was in 2010, which was in the UK. So coming back after 8 years, I'm just really happy that we get to experience it again. Thank you.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garuda Dvaja Mangalam
करते किया बातां जो कुछ करना सो कर रहा सोदर राग आसा महला पहला एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद सोदर तेरा केहा सो कर केहा जित वह सर्व संभाले वाजे तेरे नाद गले की असंख्या केते तेरे गावण हारे केते तेरे राग परिस्यो कहिया केते तेरे गावण हारे गाँव गुदरो खंड मंडल बैठ मंडा कर कर रखे तेरे तारे महला पहला आखा जीवा जिस रहमत जाओ na na